The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
it's gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
and
care
you
about
will,
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mug, your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in it, and he gonna be next. Watch.
I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh.
Hip me off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be almost the same.
Crawford versus Canelo is no longer a mega fight. It's a polarizing force gathering opinions from all sides. Now with legends, politics, and past grudges to settle around it, the hype is more personal than promotional. Gennady Golovkin entered the scene with measured but resolute energy, and it struck more forcefully than any tirade could. His view wasn't emotional, it was experiential. Having navigated the wars with Canelo, Golovkin's blessing on Crawford felt less like a blessing and more like passing on knowledge. It wasn't loud, but it was weighty. When a fighter battle-hardened points the way, you listen. It wasn't hype, it was memory disguised as analysis. And with that, a sobering note was added to Crawford's possibilities almost immediately.
Это не был такой, знаете, там, не знаю, как его назвать, тяжелым или это как бы ощущение, что типа пощечина, наверное, ну, то есть не пощечина, то есть это лэп такой, знаете, скользящее попадание.
Soon politics stepped into the ring, literally. Donald Trump tossed off his opinion, tipping a nod toward Golovkin's perspective in a manner that reopened older arguments. He didn't break down the bout or get technical, but the tone carried significance. His opinion wasn't technical, it was personal. When political leaders support a fighter, it takes the discussion far beyond the world of boxing. Trump's remark didn't alter the fight, but it broadened the spotlight. All of a sudden, this wasn't merely a fight between two all-timers. It became a moment on a much larger stage.
I was there and beautiful people are having dinner, and I looked and there was this guy, it was Triple G. I looked at him and he came up to me and he said, yeah, my name is Golovkin, Triple G. He was so much better than anybody else. And then I watched him as he became champ, like he got screwed. He dominated a certain fight and they didn't give him the decision. And that takes your heart out. Oh, yeah. I think it took his heart up, but that guy was a great fighter.
As the din grew louder, evidence of previous feedback started to emerge again, particularly from the likes of Joe Rogan. His earlier opinions about the Canelo-Golovkin battles were suddenly in play again, translated for the times. He had been aware of some things ahead of the rest of us, and now those echoes were being used to frame Crawford. It wasn't a full-throated endorsement, it was an endorsement of trends. These subtle nods don't offer strategy, but they do help shape perception, and perception is everything right now. Crawford's value wasn't simply increasing, it was being driven by voices outside of his direct control.
Brendan Schaub, I should say this before the decision gets announced, said that if Golovkin didn't win by some ungodly lopsided beatdown, that he could lose a decision because of corruption. He goes, because that's how boxing rolls, and there's way more money in Canelo winning. So that said, now that we know that.
Tecate sponsor.
That's true. Well, apparently the audience is like half Mexican. He's a superstar in Mexico. Just a superstar.
Who are you talking about?
Canelo.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see if Brendan Schaub predicted this correctly, because we think
it has to be Golovkin.
The unofficial scorecard guy had it for Golovkin by several rounds. We think it was Golovkin clearly, although Canelo fought a great fight.
Canelo predictably wasn't interested in arguing any of it. He met the outside commotion with cold disdain, with no regard for the changing opinions. It wasn't anger, it was indifference. That sort of response only comes from a fighter who's accustomed to the bullseye on his back. To him, Golovkin's views didn't matter, they were old news. And instead of feeding into it, Canelo closed the door. door. He's not interested in argument. He's interested in domination.
So Jake Paul's in town. You guys gonna get dinner?
I don't think so.
Maybe next time.
Canelo, can you fill in the blank for me? Triple G is blank.
Huh?
Can you fill in the blank? Triple G is blank.
Si puedes terminarle la expresión. Triple G es, ¿qué dirías?
Pocos huevos.
Small balls.
There was the one moment, however, where Canelo showed something new, telling if not obvious. A prior win, often called uneventful, now seems to weigh on him. He didn't deflect it or downplay it, redefined it. It wasn't so much legacy as expectation. That transformation was directed quietly at Crawford. No trash talk, just rebalancing. He knows what's at risk, he knows the attention on him, and this time around, Canelo's coming at the task as something more than just another check.
El otro día en Los Ángeles me dijiste que soy un peleador más peligroso ahora que antes.
Sí.
¿Qué te hace más peligroso?
Porque vengo de una derrota y esta pelea, obviamente, todo lo que envuelve esta pelea, el que ha hablado muchísimo.
Crawford, on the other hand, appeared to feed on Golovkin's words. The change in his attitude was evident at the most recent press conference. Typically calm and calculated, Crawford arrived speaking with more passion than normal. It wasn't wild, it was deliberate but fierce. Something in the air had altered him. Whether validation or momentum, his swagger indicated he believes this moment to be more than a test. Crawford isn't here to play, he's here to dominate. And that new iteration of him is beginning to materialize on the surface.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And you
I
know
fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna be
you.
me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that day.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Shortly after, Crawford posted nothing new for modern fighters, but this one hit different. The clip was brief, just the confidence and his overall demeanor. It carried intent. It wasn't for hype, it was a message. His rhythm showed a fighter not just in shape, but locked in mentally. It didn't scream war, it hinted at it. Fans watching closely noticed a tone shift. The work looked sharp, the body language sharper. There's a quiet confidence building, and that's often more dangerous than anything spoken.
We working. On a holiday where I blow a lot. Getting in. Let's get it. One of the greats do what we gotta do. Let's get it, baby. September 13th. Here we come.
Nevertheless, public opinion hasn't quite swung Crawford's way. Canelo's punching power casts a long shadow, and fighters like David Benavidez made that clear. Familiarity won Benavidez's opinion over in his favor. He's seen Canelo shatter men. It's not about pre-fight hype for him, it's what happens when the first clean hit is thrown. That kind of seal of approval doesn't get headlines, but it gets talked about in gyms and corners. Canelo's not only a favorite, he's a foundation, and some fighters still think that the wall hasn't been breached yet.
Still fight, more like a 60-40 only because of the weight difference, but you can't take Crawford's skill away. You know, you have to give him credit for skill. He's an amazing fighter, he's an amazing technician in the ring, and I think it's like 60-40.
A fresh voice joined the chorus. Edgar Berlanga, a man who's had a spell in these divisions and understands the pressure they bring. He didn't stir the pot or create controversy, but he was certain he's on the proven force side. It wasn't personal, it was practical. Berlanga understands that when the lights are shining this bright, experience matters. Flash doesn't last to 5 rounds if the storm hits early. His viewpoint didn't tip the odds, but it did add to the perception that most in the game still hold what they've seen.
You feel that that'll set you up for Canelo and Crawford, the winner of that fight?
1,000%. We're aiming for that, you know what I'm saying? But July 12th, I gotta go in there, I gotta shine first, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go in there, look like a superstar, you know, talk my shit. I'm talking my shit, so I gotta back it up, you know what I'm saying? That just forcing me to really go out there and perform, you know, and it's boxing, man, you know, y'all love it, you know? Quiet ones don't go nowhere, you know what I'm saying?
Who wins that fight?
50-50. I say it's a 50-50. But I think Canelo got it.
If anything's changed, it's Canelo's attitude. What once started as another high-profile title defense now has a different feel. His interviews, his style, even his timing, everything feels like this one's personal. There's a simmering fire burning, and it isn't fueled by hate. It's fueled by challenge. Crawford's pressure has made Canelo tighten up tighter, sharper. The smile's still present, but the eyes are harder. He's no longer brushing off the talk. He's getting ready for it to end brutally. And when Canelo takes a fight personal, the outcome tends to take care of itself.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walked me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
He pissed me off. He pissed me off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be almost the same.
Subscribe for all the build-up, all the levels of the mind games, and the war off camera. The actual fight always begins before the ring walk.